Hey guys, Frisian here. We got this 2010 GMC Acadia, and we are replacing timing chains. This process goes from '07 all the way up to 2016 models because they have the same exact engine. The 2017 and up are very similar but slightly different. So anyways, '07 to 16. And at the bottom you need to remove the power steering. Okay, the power steering pump, you need to loosen it from the engine and push it back a little bit. So that's the nutshell of what we're going to do. You need 15s, you need 13s, 10s, I believe an 8, and I think there's a 16 or an 18 here and there. So anyways, let me get to specifics and let me start taking this out. So let's start from the top, and let me just give you the general idea of what we're going to do. So remove your valve cover, and we need to remove the air box, this section here. We need to remove the top intake. The reservoir for the power steering is going to stay. Others remove it, but I've done it without removing this, without even disconnecting this the line, so you won't be having a whole bunch of power steering fluid all over the place. So anyways, lift this. The fuse box has to be removed. The reservoir for the coolant has to be removed. The valve covers, the front and the back one has to be removed. The mount for the motor mount has to be removed as well. In this case, it's broken. So if yours is not broken, or if it's worn out, you know, it's a good idea to replace it because you're going to be removing it anyways. And before you begin disconnecting any cables, disconnect your battery. Your battery is on the rear passenger side. Remove this plastic cover. Then this cover on the floor is a Torx T20, and then disconnect your battery. Okay. So now let's get started, and let me start taking all these things apart. You're gonna need 10s, 13s, 15s, and I believe a 16 and an 18 as well. So let me get to it, and let me get to it. Alrighty, so we're here. We got the intake out. We got the coil packs out. We got several of the cables disconnected. We got the fuse box removed. It's held on, you know, by 3. The actual fuse box is held on by 2 10s, and then pry it out. Then under it, you're gonna have the bracket of the fuse box. It's only held on by some tabs around the plastic. And then on the bottom, you're gonna have the metal bracket that's held on by 3 10s. Okay, one right here, one in this corner, and one down here at the bottom. So now we're at the point where we need to make sure we disconnect all the cables from the harnesses, the ones that go to the cam sensors, to the cam sensors and the actuators. Okay, so they're around here, and the other ones are on this side. Other than that, we need to remove the valve covers, both valve covers. If you got some compressed air, make sure you blow things out and cover your intake holes so you won't have no debris falling in there. Because when you remove the valve covers, you know, the insides are going to be exposed. So make sure you get as much as debris as possible away so you won't have nothing falling in the engine. So again, remove the rest of the harness cables here. This reservoir is in place. All I need, I just moved it to the side because we need to remove this bracket. Remove the coolant hose. This is held on by 213s. This section here, you need to remove it as well. After that, you can remove this bracket. Then after that, you can remove the rest of the cam sensors and the cam cylinder. And other than that, once you remove all those things, you're gonna be left with the motor mount. Okay, this motor mount here is held on. This mount here is held on by 215s. Okay, just remove this one and you'll be fine. The engine will not fall off because there is a mount over there in that bottom section, another one up front, another one for the transmission, so you can't remove this without the engine falling over. Okay, because this is actually called a torque mount. So okay, so let's make some room, and then the next step will be to work on the passenger side wheel. We're gonna remove the wheel and remove our harmonic balancer, and then we need to remove some of the timing cover bolts. Those are 13s, and the power steering pump that's at the back, that's held on by 315s, I believe. So let me make some room and I'll work on the next section. Alrighty, so we got our bracket out, our mount out. The bracket that was holding on the power steering is out. So you got 10s, and these two right here, this one and on the one in the corner that's holding the bottom bracket of the mount, those two are 18s. Okay, disconnect the cables. Now you need to do the same thing on this other side of the head. Okay, after that, you're gonna be left with the water pump pulley. Okay, and the water pump itself. Those are the pulley is held on by 4 10s, and the rest of the pump is held on by 10 millimeters around it. Okay, after that, the tensioner, that's a 13, and the idle pulley, that looks like a 15. Okay, you don't need to remove the alternator. You just need to loosen the alternator. It's held on by 13s as well. You just need to loosen it and push it back a little bit so it can be away from the valve cover, from the timing cover. Okay, the entire timing cover is held on by 13 mils and 10 mils. Okay, because you're gonna be using some 10s on the sensors. For the cam sensors, for instance, right here you got 2, you got one here, one here, one here. This guy's right here, the the actuators need to come out because they go in pretty far. They're held on by 10 mils as well. Okay, so you need to take it out and pull it all the way out. Okay, next thing we got to do is remove the valve covers, so let me go ahead and do that. Alrighty guys, so we got our water pulley out and the water pump itself. those are all 10s. The tensioner here, those are 3 13mm bolts, 1 in the center and 2 in the corners. Okay, then on the side you're gonna have the idle pulley, and the bolt is gonna be long and it's gonna hit the frame, and you're not gonna be able to take it out, so don't worry about that right now. Okay, right on the corner, on the edge, you're going, so on the side you're gonna have the you're gonna have 2 nuts right here. This nut has to completely come off, as well as the other one, but this one, the stud, has to be removed because the stud is connected onto the timing cover. All right, the next thing you got left is the harmonic balancer at the bottom and the power steering pump on the corner. The power steering pump is held on by 15s. You got 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom. Okay, you're gonna reach those from under the car. Once you remove that out of the way, the timing cover is going to be entirely held on by 13mm. Okay, the sensors are held on by 10mm. And yeah, before you remove the harmonic balancer, you want to center the engine. So let me go ahead and remove the valve covers and show you what the center is. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 10s. You're going to have all 13s except this guy right here. This one is a 18, and then at the bottom you're going to have 2 10s. You're going to have 2 10 mils right behind the harmonic balancer. So on the side, you want to remove the harmonic balancer with one of your tools, and you're gonna loosen the rest of the bolts. They're all 13s. Okay, and like I said, you're gonna have 2 10s right up here. And the next thing will be to remove the power steering pump. It's held on by 2 bolts. You got 1 15 here, and at the back you have another 15. Now you want to remove the one that's at the back because it's the hardest to remove, and this one you can easily access it from here. Okay, so what you want to do is get under the car, and right there in the center you see the other 15 bolt. You can see it's right on top of that heat shield. You got a 15mm. You can reach it from back here.